Hello, today I'm going to cover how to use Slack and Teams, these on-demand communication tools, to be productive in your work, to communicate with other people, and also to gain some in focus in what you're doing. These tools are great communication assets because allow you to have real-time communication with anybody in your company, outside your company. So improves communications a lot. You got the chat, you got channels, you can organize information, you can make integrations with other services like Trello and etc. But the problem is that if you're working and you're in focus, then you suddenly, receive chat requests from other people, and that is stopping you. It's like if you are not too requested, or not so many people in the company need your feedback, then you don't suffer that much. But if that's not the case, you end up just having a whole day of support. And if you're building software or you are doing productive work, you just can't, because people are coming by and ask you anything. It is great because the flow, what's going on is a person has a problem. He decides on the best time for him to ask you. So he maybe go ahead and do his own work and then asks you. So that's a great time for him. But it's not for you because you don't choose the time. And maybe you're thinking about some brainstorming or something, and then you are interrupted, and then you, after that iteration, then you need to start over all over again, maybe, or just get back to what you're doing. So it is a fact that people are productive when they do a task during some period of time. So it's not the same thing that you work 30 minutes in a row than 3 iterations of 10 minutes, because you just stopping. So you need to get back again, you need to stop. So you need a flow in order to integrate these tools, because they are great. I mean, it's stupid not to use them, because they create a great iteration between people in the company. People can work anywhere. Remote workers is great because you got them almost inside the office. So that's the way it is. But in order to be agile and to be productive, you need to define a flow so that you define the times of the day where you're gonna get this iteration and real-time communication. Other times during the day where you're just gonna do productive work. And then at the end of the day, you're gonna say, okay, I did this much work. I'm gonna, if you are a developer, I'm gonna push this to release to live, because it is already working. And you feel good, because when you are interrupted a lot, you don't feel good about yourself. You just can't. You just can't move forward in what you need to do. So you need some routine in order to make this work. One of the things you can do is have daily meetings where you organize everything during the day. You can also schedule meetings during the day, so some people get support from you. You can also schedule the times of the day where you're gonna be available in the, in the teams. Can define some cases where for critical information you just need to be on. For example, an operations guy and the site is down. It's not acceptable that he's working 4 hours in something because he needs to put the site back on. So you need some routine where you handle the really critical and urgent stuff, but you allow people to work, and then during the day you may very well able to have iterations on real-time discussions, chatting, meetings, and then productive work. But yeah, you need at least 4 hours of productive work during the day, so that you can move forward in your work. So there's different, strategies. The good thing about the meetings is that when somebody requests a meeting for you, that they need you in order to move something forward, then you start thinking what they need from you. So you're kind of in preparing mode, So you maybe a couple of minutes research this and that, and then you go to the meeting. So it's very productive because everybody in the meeting is planning for that iteration. The problem with Slack and the chatting is that if you have working at the same time that you have the two, you are not choosing the best time in order to have that iteration. It is the person who is asking, the person who decides what's the best time for him to ask you something. Because maybe they are working and then suddenly they stop and they ask you something. But you cannot choose what you do. Of course, you can also having the tool with do not disturb or other status, but still you get the notifications and stuff. So, but yeah, you need to come up with something that works for you and works for your team. So you get on-demand communication, but also you get in focus time, so you can brainstorm, you can think about the problems, you can have thinking, you can have coding, you can have productive work, you can research on stuff you need for your work. And that way, you have both worlds. So that's kind of a trade-off. I hope you enjoyed this training session. And as always, do more and move faster. And don't forget to comment below, because I will love to know how you are dealing with these problems and get some discussion going on.